Alright YouTube, this is Jake here. I want to show you what I do to store food. There's a lot of different ways out there. This may not be the cheapest, but it is by far the best means that I have found. I've been storing and keeping food a long time. My background is in catastrophe, recovery, disaster related work the past 20-25 years. And for that reason is the reason why I began prepping, keeping food, storing things up, just having things around for an emergency, because you never actually know when something's going to happen. Today's age, everything going on, coronavirus, economy, wars, I mean, it just does not hurt to put some stuff back for your family. All right. This is rice, 25 pounds. It's grown right here in the U.S. It's non-GMO and it's gluten-free. I'm going to put all this in some jars. I'm going to show you what I do. We're going to run a batch and just give you an idea of how to dry can some goods. A lot of people out there use these Mylar bags. You can see this one's soft. At one point it was vacuum sealed, but there are problems with those Mylar bags. Sure, they're cheap, they seem to work good, but I would tell you right now, guys, if you're storing food in those Mylar bags, you need to go back and check some of your stock. Even if the bag looks sealed, open a few of them up and see what's inside. See if the product inside is still good. See if you had any bugs in it. There's lots of tricks people out there try. You know, hey, I froze my stuff for 48 hours before I put it in the bag. You had a dirty sealer, you didn't get it sealed right, blah, blah, blah. This actually just happens to be pasta, which has some sharp edges on it. I don't know if you can see on that camera or not, but through time, it's just worn through the bag. Those are very susceptible to rodents, and there are bugs that actually can get through that bag. I've seen it myself. So I'm just going to show you what I use here. By far, use what method you prefer, but like I said, this ain't going to be the cheapest. It's probably not the easiest, but it does last the longest from what I can tell. You can pretty much can, jar anything dry. Rice, beans, cereal, crackers, pasta, pancake mix, flour, any of that stuff can be put in these jars and sealed. I've opened stuff up. You can see this bag here was actually done in 2012. So I've been putting stuff back a long time, guys. I do go through my stock, rotate it every now and then, but this is how I do it. Straight out of the bag, no prep, no freeze. Basically fill your jars up. They do sell all of this canning equipment, which makes it a lot easier. Spouts, magnets, lid holders, all kinds of stuff. It does get messy, guys, so it's pretty much that easy. I'm going to come back when I get them all full and show you how to put the lids on. Okay guys, we got all these jars full. Now the key thing on these jars is if you're using something like flour especially, is you want to make sure that this lip on the top of this jar is clean. There needs to be no dust or any kind of the product that you're actually trying to seal up on this space, on this lip of this jar, because it won't seal if so. Now what I have over here, I've taken the lids off of these jars, and what you actually want to do is put them in some water, probably 190 to 200 degrees. You don't want to boil it because that actually breaks down the seal a little too far on these lids for dry canning. So just get them hot, 200, ought to be fine, steaming. It will allow that seal, that orange seal that you see there on that lid, to seal down on this jar over here. So we're going to put some lids on these jars and get them ready to go in the oven. You don't have to screw these lids down really tight. You just want them kind of hand tight, because no matter what product that you have, there is going to be some moisture in it. And when this jar gets up above 212 degrees, it's going to steam off that moisture inside of this jar and seal that lid. So you do not want to put your lids on, tops on too tight. All right. Set up here where we can see. They sell all kinds of stuff for these jars to get it done right. I just kind of use what I got around the house. Take your lid, cap, screw your lid on, and tight. Not too much. You do want to allow that steam and their moisture to escape, so just don't screw those lids too tight. Just hand tight. Alright, I'll be back when I get all these on. Okay guys, so we got 16 jars here for 25 pounds of rice. Just to give you an idea of some of the other things. These are dried green peas. You can can stuff like that. All of the lentils. Dried mashed potato, dehydrated milk. Here's some potatoes that were done. Here's some pasta that was done. Spaghetti, elbows, any kind of pasta can be done. I'm going to put all these in the oven over here, guys. I've already got one batch going. We're going to put these in, and I'll show you what it looks like when they come out. Okay guys, I do can a lot of my own stuff. We can all kinds of meat, potatoes, stuff that comes out of the garden, eggs, just about anything that you possibly can. But we do also buy this dehydrated food. We got, let's just say, a ton of it. This ain't a support for anyone. Nobody's advertising. This is just stuff that we buy on our own. You can see I got a couple of different kinds, probably 2 or 3 different kinds. You're gonna get tired of eating anything of the same kind, no matter what it is or how good they say it is. So, you know, what you can afford to buy it up. People ask, what's too much? You can't have too much. This is just what I've gathered here in probably the last couple of weeks, just for what's kind of going on with the coronavirus. I mean, batteries, any kind of vitamin, or you know, stuff for your kids. You never know. I mean, get it while it's available. You can always use it later. Okay, on the issue of preps here, everybody's asking what do I get, how much of it, what do I need, where do I get it, blah blah blah. Just look around at what you use every day, and those are the things that you need to get. The common sense things, you're going to live about 3 minutes without the air around you. All right, they say you're going to make it about 3 days without some water. All right, they're going to say you make it about 3 weeks without some food. Personally, probably after about 10 days. I don't know that the other 14 days are going to be worth living, but you think these are going to help you? Probably a little. Ain't big enough, you need something bigger. Think those are going to save you? How about some of this? Everybody's trying to sell you this, right? How about some of that? Everybody wants you to have some of that. Neither one of those tastes very good. They're not very nutritional. How much of this would you give for some of this to give to your starving children? Is it a question that even needs to be asked? You think maybe this is going to save you in the end? You think this is what's going to get you by? This stuff's going to be worthless. How about some of this? Think about that. It's going to be real useful. You need to stock up on everything, guys. Medicine if you require it. Medicine for general aches and pains. All the food you can get. You need some kind of weapon to protect yourself. Is it going to save you? Probably not, but it ain't going to hurt to have something. Somebody with these, or one of those, is going to come try and take this, or this, or this from you. It's only going to be a matter of time. Again, my background, I don't really call it prepping, I call it common sense. You need all of these things, guys, and with the way the world is today, it just, the odds are you're going to use it. So take it with a grain of salt, get everything that you can. Fuel for your generator, a generator, solar, I have a bit of all of this. It doesn't hurt to have all of it, whether it's useless or not. Maybe you can trade with it someday, you can barter with it someday. Everything. I mean, any conceivable usable item is going to be good to have in a SHTF situation. So on with the cannon. I'll be back with you when those things come out of the oven. Thanks, guys. Okay, here we go. Oven just went off, so I want to take these jars out of there and show you what to expect. Again, that's an hour and a half, about 235 degrees. When you get this jar out, just squeeze down on the lid, just about maybe a half a turn. Half a turn, not too much. Half a turn. You'll notice when you pull these out, all the lids are actually up on them. And probably after 10 minutes or so, you're going to start hearing these lids popping, pulling vacuum. Yeah, leave a little space between the jars so they can cool off. Makes the process go a little faster. Half a turn on all those guys. Don't go too tight. It's easy to over tighten those lids and strip it. Don't actually strip it, it just bends it. And last one. There you go. And that is about 25 pounds of dry canned rice. Now here in a minute you're going to hear these lids start popping. I'll turn the camera back on so that you'll know what to listen for y'all guys not familiar with canning. So it'll be back in just a minute. You hear that? It's exactly what you're wanting. That is that lid pulling down, pulling vacuum on that jar. That means you have a good seal. Now it may take 15 or 20 minutes for all these jars to cool off enough for them to all pop. But at the end you'll be able to see that lid. See how it just popped and went down? The vacuum will actually pull that down. And you'll know when all these cool off, if that lid is still flexible, like one of those, you didn't get a good seal on your jar. That's how you tell you got a good seal. Once all those pop, be sure and write whatever it is on the top. Obviously some things like Cheerios or rice are easy to tell. But when you start getting dehydrated milk, flour, pancake mix, all that kind of stuff mixed together, it's kind of hard to tell. So just take you a permanent Marks-A-Lot. Write whatever product is in here on the top and the date that you actually canned it. If you have pancake mix or dehydrated milk or something like that, it's a good idea to cut those directions off of the package and put them in the bottom of your jar, case, box holder, so that whenever you or whoever else in the future goes to make this stuff, they have some kind of direction to follow. Other than that, keep on keeping on, guys. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and gonna be more to come. Thanks. All right, guys, there you go. There is 50 pounds of rice canned up. There's a couple other jars of some pancake mix and some beans and stuff in there, but that's pretty much 50 pounds of rice. Hope this helped a little bit. Remember, man, this is all rodent proof, bug proof. I have found yet a better way to store dry goods than in these jars. Those jars are going to cost you a little less than $1 a piece, but I would say well worth it. I've picked up jars that are 15 years old that are still sealed, still got product in them that's still good. So I hope this helped. Hit that subscribe button down below, guys. I'm going to be bringing y'all some more content. Hopefully in the next couple of days I'm going to go out to the farm and we're going to get working on that road. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks.